everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Tuesday, November 19, 2024, left 3:15 p.m. Eastern. We have a time for change call tomorrow night, Wednesday, November 20, 2024, left at 9:15 p.m. Eastern. You're going to be talking about what's real and what's not. When any of us discover that we're one, and it's kind of like depending on your perspective. Superficially through the ego mind, people will say, well, I understand this. But just through the ego mind tricks you to make you think you're in the heart mind. But when you're coming from the heart mind, and you begin to become more and more aware, and realize that since you, the God that you are in that body, is part of all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, forever, that means that you can move energy. Okay. Now, one might say, well, then how come we don't just do that? Well, we do, in a way. We just aren't aware of it. You're part of the energy, okay? You can move and form the energy. It's one of our abilities. You focus your pure consciousness, which is part of all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. But see, there are steps to that discovery. I think some people just figure that they just jump the gun and, oh, I can do this, I can do that. And then they run into some pretty good sized roadblocks. But when you discover that you are the God, the pure consciousness within that body, irrefutable, 100% trust, 100% faith, 100% confidence in that, in you, in this universe, then you'll be able to do things that others on this planet would just think that you were some kind of mutant freak. And isn't it interesting that we all have this ability? Every one of us. And so it's very unique that we have this opportunity presented to us to sift through everything, clean it all up, and rediscover who and what we are. But when you realize that you are the energy, doesn't it make sense that you can move it, form it, shape it, direct it? You can't do that with the ego mind, because then what are you doing? Well, you've got doubt, fear, worry, stress, anxiety. Then you suffer. You put attachments on things, attachments to the outcomes on things, and you have expectations. It's a whole different, see, that's a whole different world there. Heart mind, you discover who and what you are within that body. You know you're not the body, the name, the belongings or anything. You are the God, the pure consciousness. So it's effortless. It's how it was originally designed. These bodies were designed to be perfect. Okay? Well, through thousands and thousands and thousands of years, the bodies have been manipulated and changed and some pathways redirected. But originally, these physical forms to house gods, doesn't it make sense? Why would we enter something that is imperfect? There's no reason we would. Well, the one might say, well, to experience it. Now, see, the reason our line of communication is disrupted with the gods that we are is so that we don't discover it. Then this whole mirage, if you will, disappears. This mirage we call life. It is a mirage. You ever experienced a mirage? where you see something and you could, you swear on a stack of Bibles that it's real. Okay? Usually when we get, compromised physically, mentally, lack of water, food, and we see things. And those mirages are what? Facsimiles or beginning creations of what we desire. I'm not kidding you. Now, that's never been really understood or comprehended with all these eggheads, but that's what it is. You are in your body's in a state of shutdown, so to speak. Your survival instincts reach in with the God that you are, and you actually create through light reflection and heat a vision of what you desire. What do you think would happen in the event that we were aware of who and what we are, and that took place? Well, then we would literally materialize it. It would be real. It would start out as a mirage, and then it would form, and you can just walk in and have a nice, cool sip of water and relax and refresh yourself. You ever notice that it isn't discussed a lot? And you can get some materials throughout the years that touch on it, but we're coming into a birth, so to speak, into a very high dimensional frequency that we have created because we've decided to discover who and what we are. As we do that, our frequencies automatically increase. They go up. So it might be subtle. It's not like you're going to notice it right away. But, excuse me, that's what happens. Most of us will just kind of, that's interesting, and just let it go, not look at it, not go into it. A few of us will look at it and go, wow, this is great. I'm deeply grateful for this. You become more aware. As you become more aware, you become more clear. The fog starts to leave. The questioning, right? The confusion of who and what you are leaves. You finally embrace who you are, what you are. Pure energy, pure consciousness. You literally, there are no limits. And this is why when we get into these bodies, we inherit limits because of programming. It's why how powerful it is. Why do you think that the children of this planet, generations, right? Each generation produces offspring. Now, if you get a hold of those offspring early enough, you can twist them and structure them the way you want them to believe, how you want them to live, all across the board. So how do you do that? Well, you distract people and you make them believe that it's a good thing. The educational format's a good thing. And so generation after generation is misinformed, redirected, distracted, and you have the end result. And you can see it, okay? And this is the main way to control a civilization. The children. Not the adults, the children. Because you can control the children all through their formative years into adulthood, right from the beginning. So, what do? Well, you establish a quote-unquote educational system where the people believe is good for their children. Right? In actuality, it has the reverse effect. That's the only way you can do it. See, because if you did that with adults, you would have uprisings, you would have all kinds of issues. But if you do it with the children from the beginning all the way through, never ending it, then you got it. And that's why this civilization has been so distracted on a continual basis, so as not to pay any attention to that. So then it becomes easy peasy to condition the minds of the children of the planet. And once that's done, it's kind of a repetitive process every generation. That's very powerful, because you know what it can do? It can direct the civilization in any way you wish it to go. Any direction. So we're on this journey, on this path. And it is a massive, spectacular awakening. Now, when you look at the fact that you say, I want to discover, I really want to know who and what I am in this body. Period. So when you commit to that, you have set the wheels in motion. And you've opened up the book, so to speak. And so you're directed and drawn to certain things. Others would not be. That's how it plays out, so to speak. In a sense, it is interesting, because your imagination is a crucial part of your creation. It's very crucial, because the level of your success is limited only by your imagination. ASAP. That's very true. But see, when things start kind of seeping in to say that programming, and you're trained to believe that, oh, that's just your imagination. You've heard that before, right? You have an overactive imagination. Right? These are little statements that have been said many times through our development as a species. Well, you need to really bring your imagination down to earth. And the imagination directs us. It's our thoughts. It's absolutely our thoughts. And everything that we see is the result of our thoughts. And there really is no exception whatsoever to this fact. Zero exception. It's very empowering. Once you do really, truly, deeply discover this. Now, most people say they discovered it, but it's superficial. It's not within, and it's not with the God that we are. It's through the ego mind. And you notice that maybe you've come across this, where people who have manifested something, they're just, I can manifest anything, did this, did this. That's part of ego mind infiltration. Because you have no reason to say anything about your manifestation. Why would you? You do it for you. So these are little things that, as we master the ego mind amongst this whole process, we begin to see things a lot clearer. This is ego mind influence coming in. Right? As soon as you have confirmed, identified, authenticated, and delivered your heart-mind message or thought to this universe, you should have not one smidgen of worry. Not one. Period. At all. No doubt. Zero. As soon as you do, this is your red flag that tells you the ego mind is there. So then what do? You focus on the now. You see, ego mind's not our enemy. It's a super powerful teacher that opens up a lot of gateways for us. So we just shift and say, I'm going to focus on the now. And deep gratitude for the very moment I'm in. And all of that, see, then the ego mind it's in yesterday and tomorrow. It doesn't, and then it'll kind of retreat. Is it done? No, it'll come back. But every time it comes back, you can just let it pass through you and say, I'm in the now. Moment to moment, focused on my breath, rising and falling. I kid you not, this is a very powerful, transitory approach to removing the ego mind from its influence over you. And it's kind of like chipping away. It won't happen all at once, as we know, but you keep chipping away at it. And you identify it. You're not judging. The ego mind's here. Okay, that's all right. I'll focus on the now. You're not interested in entertaining the ego mind. What you are interested in doing is having it finally move into peace for itself. So since everything you see is a result of your thoughts, and there is no exception to this fact, that's in Course in Miracles, set the intention right now to dive deeper into your innermost core this week. And that each day you'll be going deeper and deeper and deeper than you've ever gone before. You'll need to know and trust that you can truly relax and be quiet enough to find it. It is the energy of trust that is essential for your highest experience of existence. Totally trusting the process of relaxation and letting go of resistance to it is absolutely necessary. So you let it pass through you, okay? Just open your heart. Just say, come on in, come on in. Nice to see you. Watch what happens. It's when we fight it. It's when we're fighting it that gets things all hustled up. But when we just surrender, say, come on in. Okay. Yeah. Give it a hug, big full body hug, not these fist pumps and all that stuff. You ever notice that we don't hug much anymore? The aristocratic cheek kiss, and cheek to cheek on each side. Silly stuff. This is why this civilization is so darned uptight. You ever notice how uptight this civilization is? It's constantly walking on eggshells, worry, stressing, and fearing, full of anxiety, seemingly gravitating towards negative things, focusing on what it doesn't want, not what it wants. These are all perspectives by observing. See, you observe and you watch and you go, holy cow. When you judge something, you're only seeing a small part of it. When you observe or watch, you see it all. That's a big difference. And when you observe and watch, what do? You learn. Don't you? Makes sense, doesn't it? Ego mind's like a conduit to help us, what? Put it at peace so it just sits in the back and snoozes so that we move more and more within and we don't suffer anymore. In heart-mindedness, you don't suffer, you don't worry, you don't stress, you don't fear. That's all ego mind induced. And see what happens? When you're focused on something, not so much the worry, most of the time when you worry about something, it doesn't happen. Okay? But when you're focused on something, and you start saying, well, you know, if this happens or that happens, and blah, 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 you create it. It's a big difference. When you're focused on something, not briefly, but, you know, pretty much it's on your mind. You bring it up with yourself quite a bit, and you're focused on it. And you say to yourself that you do not want that to happen, right? Or you do not want that in your life. And it comes on in. All of us experience that more than once. We've experienced it many times in this lifetime so far. So what do? Well, it's easy. You focus on the now, your breath rising and falling, and then you focus on what you want. And it's so crucial for any of us. See, we can negate it so easily by even a smidgen of doubt, a smidgen of lack of trust, a smidgen of lack of faith. And it will completely shut it off. So you can see quite obviously that in the ego mind, it's not going to happen. Oh yeah, on occasion things will bump in. But for the most part, it's not going to happen. Because the ego mind starts throwing in all kinds of stuff. Well, what if this happens? What if that happens? What are you going to do if it doesn't happen? And so you sit there and go, well, this is, okay. I'm not interested in being in yesterday and tomorrow anymore. I'm interested in being in the now. I'm interested in being aware of who and what I am within this body, and that I am a supremely, omnipotently powerful being that never dies. And I can manifest anything I choose whenever I choose. That's 100% faith, 100% trust, and 100% confidence in you in this universe, without a fraction of a doubt. See, so that's why it must come from within. You do it with ego mind, you're going to doubt it. Even though you sit there and profess to yourself, I'm 100%, 100%, 100% sure. It's ego mind. And 99.9% of the time, it doesn't manifest. Because you got all that stuff that comes in. Goop. And it's the same way, and it has been throughout existence. For any of us to access the most magical foundation within our being, we simply need to do the easiest thing in this world. Relax and become very still. You'll need to let go of all your efforting and just do nothing. Believe it or not, that's tough for a lot of people because they got all that stuff that's been programmed into them. Let go of all your efforting and just do nothing. Now, you may think you need to hold your mind still in such a way that it no longer is moving at all. Yet this may only make the mind more jumpy. When you simply practice letting go, letting everything in this universe be exactly the way it is, you'll feel a subtle, calm sensation in your heart, and something will tell you that everything is perfectly okay. And eventually the mind will relax and find peace. Which means what? It means you have mastered the ego mind, which will allow you to rest and fall into the innermost core of your being. The most amazing things manifest in this life the very moment you get your mind out of the way and open yourself up to being fully in this eternal moment of now. Now, it's different for everybody. You're going to experience this sooner or later. It's like a universal understanding, comprehension of life instantly begins flooding the mind. Your body may feel light and tense right now. Yet when you relax into the innermost center of your being, you'll find that all tension instantly melts away. Wouldn't that be great? Since so many of us are uptight. The key is to learn how to relax deeper into the now and trust that your soul's true infinite existence will guide you and show you the way to let go and find a greater trust in this life. It's our decision, each of us. It's what you decide. So say you decide that, okay, so when I trust that this universe never makes mistakes, that it knows no limits to how far it reaches into me, and it's always creating everything totally perfect in every way, you start to see that this life is divinely perfect exactly as it is. And when you realize the perfection that life already contains, that you will stop fighting it. It is only through the energy of trusting in the divine perfection that you can relax all internal efforting and dive deep enough inside you to access the innermost core of your being. And this center of your being is where all your real power is found. It is your real magic wand that can create anything you desire. It is the place where this entire universe you are creating, and each moment is designed. When you go to where the source of where your thoughts are radiating from, you become the source of life itself. The day you are in touch with the core of what you are, you will be able to grow new roots for stability in your life and branch out into the skies of your true unlimited potentiality. Now all of us have this magical core, and it is buried deep, and it is hidden beneath layers upon layers and layers of beliefs, memories, and ideas about who you are. It is not necessary at the core of your physical body, okay? Yet it is at the core of your being. And to find this place, your body must be totally relaxed and at ease. When this occurs, your mind and all of its layers of thoughts fall away. You must totally be willing to surrender to this experience of your life in this now moment for total relaxation to take place. When the mind simply lets go of all of its planning, scheming, and efforting, your body naturally becomes completely at ease, and your core presents itself to you. See, if you remember, okay, that you know that your mind is your ticket to two directions. It's either your ticket to prison or your ticket to freedom. And by understanding that you don't know everything there is to know just yet, you open your mind to an entirely new world of possibility. One of them is that you are living in a super powerful manifesting vehicle in a multi-dimensional, infinite universe which has unlimited potentiality and energy to create anything. What a combination for us. Allow this idea to open your mind right now. Drop all limited perceptions you used to have about what is possible and what is not. This is the greatest opportunity of a lifetime. As far as I'm concerned, of many lifetimes. To be open to that anything is possible. Allow this moment to sink down into your body. Follow it into your deepest, innermost essence where you can relax and connect with the most fertile soil of your soul. And your core essence is the only place you can experience the truth of who you are. It is where you will know yourself as divine. It's not through a new data or idea presented by the mind that you'll uncover this awesome discovery. It is only through the heart of your presence, the spiritual source of you, where you can reveal the only thing that is truly real. What is that? You, the God, the pure consciousness, the heaven. This is not hard to do. It's a simple exploration that only a childlike curiosity can handle. So look deeply inside. You are this true essence already. It is what you've been searching for your entire life and lifetimes. It is so close to you that if you're using the mind at all, even a tad, you will miss it. Now, one might believe, right? Well, this profound inner experience, it doesn't happen by thinking about it or trying to make it happen, because that creates the opposite. You drop into it when you have let go of all efforting, completely stopped thinking, and simply start resting and relaxing into your innermost being. It's not through your head that the real answers in life are found, but your heart, that you can experience enlightenment. The cosmic creative energy rushes in the instant we let go of using our brain to try to attain it. And we relax our body into whatever we are right now. Now, many may not comprehend this completely. Yet the greatest opportunity of any lifetime is simply to be here now. And when you allow this moment to sink into your body, you become complete with life. And life becomes complete with you. You instantly fall into yourself again and again and again. You discover that your deepest, innermost essence was always here. And to connect with it is as simple as passing a rake over the fertile soil, your soul. And simply reach down, touch the dirt, and you'll discover the magical core of your being instantly. Remember, everything is you, and you are everything. I'll join you in the meditation, and I'll return to close us out. Take an easy and slow breath. In from the nose. And then easy and slow breath out from the mouth. Remain still, relaxed into your body, focused on your breath rising and falling. Every one of us will face a time where we will choose to let go of our story. If you're suffering at all in your life, then you are attached to some old story. You're welcome to retreat. Remember that you're not this repetitive orchestra of thoughts and silly words. Every thought you think is just a limiting idea that can be written down on a piece of paper and thrown away. Who you are cannot be written down, nor limited to a single storyline. This super convincing story which you have going on can find completion when you just give it a happy ending. Let's imagine that you are an amazing movie screenplay writer, excuse me, who is creating a divinely beautiful, brand new ending to this very special story called your life. Notice how freeing it feels to watch this new magical ending manifest. And watch the new movie again and again and again. This is your day to be 100% complete with that life that didn't make your heart sing. Let's celebrate, because it is finished now. This new ending is in place, and it will liberate your mind, giving you more energy, time, and creativity to manifest more amazing experiences in this divine infinite universe that is all around you right in this now. What a great master you must be to let yourself believe in and then let go of this fantastic fictional self. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night, and the following morning. We'll return here Wednesday, November 20, 2024, a little after 3:15 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation call. And a little after 9:15 p.m. Eastern to continue our time for change call. Be gentle, kind, generous, and humble with yourself at all times. Be in the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest. Eternal gratitude at all times, no matter what's going on within you or outside of you. Open your heart and allow the magic to flow in.